Welcome to Alexandra Palace and the William Hill World Darts Championship. I'm Dan Dawson and this is still the world champion, Gary Anderson. Congratulations, Gary.
Thank you.
There we go.
Thank you, Dan.
You've just beaten Adrian Lewis in another thriller of a final. Just give us your immediate reaction.
I don't know. I don't know how to explain what the game was like. 2-3 hours before the match, we were both bouncing. We're on the practice board, having a wee bit of niggle with each other. 180s were going in, 141s were going in. It was great. We get on stage and it just seemed to go.
Look, you've gone up there. You've averaged in the very high 90s. Adrian's averaged 100. You've taken out that 170. How massive was that 170? What turned out to be the penultimate leg? That's right up there with some of the most important shots you've ever hit in your career, surely.
Can't remember what leg it was or what set, to be honest.
Can't remember it, Gary.
It's a leg. You're into the game. You're just thinking, like, hit this, go into the next leg. Must have been good if I went for it. It must have been good.
It was incredible. Double 12 won it just like it did last year for you. How satisfying is it to join that elite club of people who've won it for the first time and then defended it?
I don't know. I'll have to ask Adrian Lewis. He's one of them. It's good. If you had told me before the tournament start you'll make the semis, I'd have took that at the drop of the hat. I'd played well in the Premier League. Lucky to get through the semis against Chizzy. Played well against Michael in the final. Won it. Since then, it's been kind of up and down. So to come here, first game, okay. Second game against Darryl, not so good. But after that, it just I was getting into my flow. Last night, I was brilliant. I thought it was in the bag without even thinking about it.
For a man who's come here, you've gone for 107, 105 averages, thrown a 9-darter. You only lost, 2 sets before today. This has gone perfectly according to plan, Gary. You're talking like, I don't know, I've got knocked out in the quarter-final here. This is amazing.
I know. I'm the one for blowing my own trumpet and jumping about, so I'll get on with it. I'm getting old. I could do with 3 weeks off, just doing absolutely nothing. Sitting with my feet up, looking at the practice board, and then we'll get back on it.
Maybe get your eyes done?
Get my eyes done. Yeah, a couple of miscounts. I'm definitely seeing numbers that I know there. I done it the other night, 148. I could have swore it was 128. Checked it, gave it big licks. Felt like a complete idiot because the closer I got, I saw, it's a 4. It's not a 2. So that time that you just want the ground to open up and swallow you. That was one of them. And tonight.
Yeah, twice in the richest game in darts history, £300,000 you won, and that, Gary.
That one again.
Yeah, you've won that. You've got enough money to go and get your eyes. It is a vision thing, is it?
I think so. Yeah. Text messages to now, I've got them about half an inch tall, and they're still a bit wavy. So I think Rachel's going to drag me straight to the spec shop on Tuesday, Wednesday.
Imagine how amazingly you could play if you could actually see what's going on, Gary.
I don't know. I've tried with reading glasses on. Even reading glasses on, the board's crystal clear, but I end up knocking them halfway up my face.
So you hit them when you throw.
There's going to have to be a few changes, and don't know. We'll see.
You have started off 2016 perfectly, Gary. Yeah. What now? Well, no, you've got a number of major tournaments. There's obviously the Premier League coming up, where you're going to be playing your mate Michael Smith.
Yeah.
I know you were delighted to hear that Michael, your protege, is going to be in there with you.
Minimum 9 weeks with him, maximum 16. My life's just getting worse. I can't put up with Michael for 16 weeks. No, please don't do it to me. He's a great kid. He deserves it. He's people talk about Van Gerwen and Andersons, Lewis's, these boys. This lad Smith, once he finds his feet, he's 25-year-old. He's only been in the circuit maybe a year longer than me, and he's already in the Premier League, world number 8. And when he finds his feet, gets rid of the wee bit of cockiness about him, he's going to be something else to beat. Honestly, he's going to be the boy.
Well, look, well done, Michael Smith. This is all about Gary Anderson, though. Gary, congratulations, the Sid Waddell Trophy, another world title. Well done.
Thank you.
What a way to start the year.
And I might see you next year.
Not the only prestigious trophy we're giving out tonight, though. But we'll get to that, because we're going to speak to Adrian Lewis as well. Jamie's been having a word with him.
Eddie, thank you very much for speaking to us. Really do appreciate it. A tough match against a man you have a lot of respect for. Yeah. You got ahead in the match, and then Gary came back. And did you find it difficult to find rhythm up there?
I think we early doors. I thought we both did. And then it was a strange old game, really. Both of us couldn't find it, and both of us could find it. And when I was 6-4 down, I was thinking, right, come on now, big push now. And I come out firing with 11-30 and 11 doors, and made it 6-5. I went 1-0 or 1 each in the last set. I was thinking, right, come on now. I left the finish and Gary takes out a 170. You know, that's quality, that. You know, obviously that hurt. And in the last leg, he hit a 180 at the right time again, put me under the caution bear, and he did his job.
Again, Gary's a superb player. He's the back-to-back champion of the world. But you've had some fantastic support throughout this tournament. The crowd were brilliant to you again, and as you said, at 6-5, it looked like you were coming back into it. And it looked like you're getting fired up and ready to go again.
The only pause of the match there when I went behind is I thought he played well. But previous to that, we were both very, very edgy and both just not on the button really.
The nature of a world final, obviously, it's hard for both of you. Gary said on stage to our TV colleagues that you both seem to find it difficult to find that room. Is it just the case of a world final with such pressure, it's always going to be difficult?
Well, it was always going to be difficult anyway, you know, obviously playing Gary. Like I say, he's my mate as well, so when you try to forget about all that, but it's still in the back of your mind that you're playing Gary Anderson, and well, it just didn't happen, did it? Let's be fair.
Look, the year to come now, there's plenty to come for Adrian Lewis. We know what quality player. You've said to us throughout this tournament you feel like you're getting back to your best starts, and you've been playing almost at your highest level. There's a lot to come this year, isn't there?
Yeah, of course there is. I mean, this is nothing really. It's all right, a little blip, but another World Final end. So I've just got to go there now and put the work in like I have been doing the last couple of months, and put things right.
You'll be back on that stage ready to win again, won't you?
Cheers, Tom.
Thanks a lot, mate.
Cheers.
The valiant and very gallant Adrian Lewis, still a two-time back-to-back world champion himself there, helping provide a thrilling final. I'm joined by Rod Harrington. We've replaced one world champion with a world finalist, so we're downgrading slightly, but how was that for you?
Well, I think both players hit it on the head where they weren't as consistent as what they thought they were going to be. But for me, it was a thrilling final. I mean, AD went 1-0 up, then Gary returns with 11-14-11. And AD said, well, I didn't play well in that set. Well, sometimes you don't get a chance to play well. But I thought it was a great final. You know, I mean, you can't always play at the very top of your game, but they certainly played at about 80%.
Well, we've got two players there. One's average 100, one's average 99, and they've both come off going,
I know.
Robert. I mean, it's kind of a testament to the standard that we expect nowadays, isn't it?
It's exactly right, Dan. I mean, we see so many ton-plus averages now. The players are expecting more and more out of themselves. They actually realise that if they're not going to throw these big averages, they're not going to compete. And everybody sees other players drifting away and perhaps not coming back. That's always a little bit in your mind, right? I've got to keep my standard up, I've got to do this and I've got to do that. But, you know, it was I thought it was a great final.
I have to say I enjoyed it. I genuinely thought we were going to see the comeback as well. It's so many parallels to that Phil Taylor game last year where Gary thought he had it won and Phil came back at him, and I thought we were going to a deciding set, but that 170, I mean, how good was that?
Well, we talk about great darts at crucial times in games, and AD was on a run. He started to hit a lot of 180s, but all of a sudden, bang, that was like a big sucker punch from a big heavyweight. And for me, that was the winning shot for Gary Anderson, just to get that edge in front and get confident to finish the game off.
A massive shot. It would be a worthy winner for this prestigious trophy, the second most prestigious trophy in world darts, the Iron Ring for outstanding bottle under pressure. Now, we did compile some candidates for the Iron Ring over the course of the William Hill World Championship, but we did that before the final in the sort of expectation that nobody was going to be at the top three. That 170 from Gary might have got it.
I think it just edged it.
Yeah, but we're just going to pretend that it hasn't, because otherwise it'll ruin the work we did earlier. So, here are the contenders.
I had nothing to do with that one.
I don't care, Rob. Yes, it's the On The Wire Iron Ring for outstanding bottle under pressure, an award we're giving to the shot of the tournament under pressure. It's a wonderful trophy and a prestigious title, as I'm sure you'd agree. You can see there we've got the Iron Ring. That's a washer we found on the floor in the fans' village. There's a nail in there, a load of gaffer tape and a bottle top, but it's the title that's the most important thing. So first one, Dave Pallett, Kim Huybrecht's first round, went all the way to a deciding set. The unseeded Dave Pallett, penultimate leg of the match in the end, 132 checkout. That is beautiful. One in the game, took out a 1-2-2 in the next leg as well and got him through. Surprise result, superb finishing from the young man. Number 2, though, Raymond van Barneveld. You could have picked any number of finishes from Raymond van Barneveld over the course of this tournament, but this one, the 96 against Michael Smith. Smith had just missed a match dart, Barney saving himself, and then of course going on to win the match and book his place in the semi-finals. But neither of them beats this man. Ronnie Huybrechts, OBE, I assume. I haven't seen the New Year's honours list, but he managed to beat Dean Winstanley with a succession of brilliant finishes in the end. This was the best one. 164 checkout on the bullseye. A rise, Sir Ronnie, or whatever you were given. You are the winner of the prestigious Iron Ring for Outstanding Bottle Under Pressure. The Iron Ring. It's another trophy that you never won, Rod, although it wasn't in existence when you were playing. Ronnie will be delighted with that. The other big news we had tonight, we'll just end with this. The Premier League picks are out, and we said in the PDC official podcast, you might have been listening, we kind of called it. We said that Yella had a chance if he made the final, but he's missed out because Michael Smith and Robert Thornton, the Thorn with that win at the Grand Prix against Michael Van Gogh in the final, and Smith has just been excellent on the floor, made his first semi-final at the Grand Slam, and of course the quarterfinals here. I mean, I think we've got the top 10 in the world rankings, haven't we?
We have, exactly, and that kind of saves a lot of arguments. However, you know, when we went from 8 to 10, the other two could have been any ranking. It was just performances. But yes, I mean, if Yella perhaps hadn't have got thrashed like he did, he may have been considered even more. But for me, I thought Robert Thornton deserved, because he won the World Grand Prix and no one else won a major outside of Van Gogh last year. You know, Dave Chisnell hits a lot of 180s, you know, he's good. And Michael Smith, I'm just hoping, Dan, that we have seen quite a few players, and Yella was one of them, and Mark Webster was one of them, where, you know, we thought that the Premier League actually hurt them a little bit, because it isn't like you're playing tour events where the following week you turn up, you might get a luckier draw. Here you are playing one of the best players in the world that is going to absolutely smash you if he can, and it can dent your confidence. We've seen it time and time again. So I'm hoping that Michael Smith now has got enough experience and is going to take this in his stride. But it can hurt you. But no, it's a great lineup. I think the best lineup we could have picked.
Well, look, top 10 in the world in the Premier League. It's starting very soon. We will have all the details on the PDC website. It's time for Michael Smith to step up and show what he's made of. But his mentor, Gary Anderson, has done exactly that over the course of the William Hill World Championship. He is still the world champion, the Flying Scotsman. But a word to Adrian Lewis and the rest of the field, a superb tournament. We will see you very soon.